I'm sleepy.
What you sleepy for?
Listen, these
All
little
right, what's
kids was
good?
over here last night again.
Uh, I seen y'all thing on Facebook.
Mm,
It looked like he had fun.
yeah, you talking about the meditation stuff?
Hmm.
Yeah, it was it was enlightening. I hope they got something out of it. It was
It was
cool.
very, very enlightening and interesting.
Yeah, I'm so mad. Me and Lil Raymond went to Chili's today. That food was so effing gross. I just
Well,
had
we
to say it. They used
we
to have
went
some
to
good
TGI
ribs.
Friday. We went to TGI Friday. Pretty much the same thing.
Oh my goodness. I was like, can't get jiggy with this shit. It was so gross. He liked his though. He ate majority of my ribs. I'm so mad I spent that money. So shit, Raymond, we could have went to the lobster or to Old Charlie's. Got me some tater skins and some mozzarella sticks.
We
And then
actually,
just
guys,
there.
we actually got two viewers since today. Hey, guys, sorry about this, the technical difficulties.
Got it? Good job.
We're up and running now. We apologize for the delay. Today we are talking about the woo woo Apple females. I'm just gonna leave a silence on that. You know, it is society has led a lot of females to have to be alpha. You know, you have to take care of the kids alone. You have to take care of the house alone. You have to be able to put things together and so on and so forth. But there's a lot of females that are actually claiming to be alpha or thinking that they're alpha and they're not. So we're going to touch on everybody's thought processes about alpha females. We are going to start with the only male in the group, my baby brother D,
Well,
Sherwood for short,
why y'all start with me?
because you are main. Don't you know you are a main?
Well, I don't even know where to start. Other than I agree with what you just said, because when you're a single mom or whatever, you have to be that mom and parent, mom and dad role. Hell, you and Kiana know. But on the other hand, when you do meet somebody that's helping you with that, you don't have
Hmm.
to be. But I know with some people, it's probably so hard for them to get out of that role. And that's probably what scares people out.
That could be. That could
So,
be.
and a
That
lot
could
of times,
be.
it's probably just strong minded, strong willed that they're
Hmm.
not used to. It could be that they're not used to it, or I don't know. This subject is weird for me, different, but that's all I
But
can
you
think.
you you tend to date alpha females.
Yeah, I do. But like you
Those
said,
strong. You tend to where Tamika at? You tend to date those strong willed, big mouth females.
crazy, borderline crazy.
Borderline crazy, yeah. And
But a lot, but
is
a
it
lot
because go ahead.
is a lot of it is because they have been single moms or they've grown up rough, so they had no choice but to take the wheel.
Yeah,
So
that's true. That's true. I know I was telling Serban earlier that at some point in time in my life, both of my dads told me, okay, it's okay for you to be pretty, but you need to know how to do something. you need to, you need to know how to go to work, take care of your bills, and so on and so forth.
Yep.
My dad always tell me, hey, I wanted you, every father want their daughter to marry rich, but just in case you don't, this is what you need to know. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I think for me, it was set by my fathers and my brothers, you guys. You know what I'm saying? You guys always, made sure that I knew what I need to know. Like my brother Willie, Willie used, sorry for bothering you. I want to offer a promotion, a channel viewer views chat bots. How you gonna interrupt my show and offer me a promotion? That's why I
So
need a moderator. I
so
need a moderator. So anyway, for us, for Kiana and I, it was just instilled in us from our fathers, actually. So I know a lot of women are forced into it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women are forced into it, but a lot of women claim to be, and then when it's time to be alpha, they crumble.
yeah, they either crumble or they go too far with it.
Yeah. And there's a lot. There's a lot of going too far with it because at the end of the day, excuse me, I think what the generation right beneath us and and lower don't understand the concept of a relationship.
Yeah.
You got the ones who want to have these relationships but they don't know how. You got the ones who confuse love with obsession and obsession with love. You got the ones who think that the sole purpose of being in a relationship is to be taken care of.
Yeah.
And so they'll do this alpha, I like to call it the alpha dance. And then when they get the person, they're all done dancing. They done took their shoes off and sat on the couch. Sissy, what you got to say?
There we
Well,
go.
you guys know I'm going to look at it from the spiritual side of it. So, with a woman, Sheila, we talked about this and I've explained this to you before. We have a dark and we have a light in us, okay? AKA a dark femme, AKA a light femme.
Mm-hmm.
Alpha females display dark femme energy, which is fine. It's nothing wrong with that at all. Just be prepared for what comes for that. Which one means you're always going to have turmoil in your relationship if you don't have a person who agrees with that. You're probably never going to be able to keep a man with that type of attitude. And
Because
you're
you
going
think
to
you don't
kind of
need it.
make right, exactly. And you're going to kind of make life a little bit harder for yourself because that alpha female trait that you portray in your household is going to spill over to the streets. Okay. So when you have your dark femme that's taken over, that can be very detrimental. That's when you have to come out and you have to balance your dark femme and your light femme. Okay. So the light femme is the when you're resting in your pretty girl era. Let's just put it that way. So it's okay to be a dark femme and it's okay to be a light femme, but you got to know how to balance them. So, in my opinion, and Lord knows I'm waiting on this, it's okay to still have that alpha trait in you because a lot of men actually like that, but they like the women who knows how to bring in the light femme when they need to.
Hmm.
So, for example, if I'm in the house, my man's not home, and let's say I need to put something together. Okay, the alpha in me is going to kick in and go ahead and put that thing together. You know what I mean? But when he comes home, I'm like, babe, look what I did. I'm not gonna he couldn't even put it together, and I had to do this and I had to do that, and this, that, and the third. No, it's gonna
Right,
be,
right.
and that's how I used to be. I'm not even gonna lie, that's how I used to be. But I'm gonna portray my alpha when I need to, and
Mm-hmm.
then my fem when I want to. Now, if that was me, it would be, babe, look what I did. I went ahead and put it together because you wasn't home. Or I knew you was gonna get home from work late. So I just went ahead and put it together because I was already at the
Right,
house. You see what I'm saying? So I balanced both. The alpha in me was able to go ahead, grab whatever needed to be grabbed for the household, put it together. You know what I mean? But then I jumped back in my dark femme or my light femme energy, just to kind of say, hey, babe, I know you would have did it, but I went
right,
ahead and did
right.
it. I didn't down talk them. Again, that's what I used to do. So it's learning that balance of the two, but there's a caveat. You have to know when and who to give it to. Not every man deserves that.
Right.
Nowadays, these Negroes just want to jump on that you a woman, you should do what a woman's supposed to do train, but they not doing
Hmm.
nothing that they supposed to do to put you in that energy. So you telling me that you want me to be your piece, you want me to do this and do that, but at the end of the day, I'm the one going out working. I'm the one taking 75% taking care of the kids. You out with your friends every damn night. You know what I mean? And you think it's just okay. No, there's got to be a balance there. So, like I said, with the caveat, you got to know who to give it to.
Right. But you know what? On the flip side of that, a lot of relationships you're forced to be. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? A lot of relationships you're forced to be, and quite frankly, women get tired.
Yeah,
Women get tired
so
of that
tired,
whole alpha
so tired.
female thing.
That's what I just told you. I said I'm ready. I'm ready to sit passenger side and be trustful that my significant other is gonna drive. Hell, I'm tired of driving. I've been driving since I've been six goddamn teen. Like literally, and in the
Mhm.
physical, you know what I mean? The
I know that's
metaphysical
right.
sense of it. I've been driving since I've been 16 because I had a child at 17. So I'm tired of it. I'm 44 years old. I am tired of it. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to just turn that over to anybody
Right.
because
No,
half of these Negroes out here are goofies. I'm sorry. I'm just going to put it out there. Half of them are goofies. I'm not going to turn my livelihood over to a goofy. Just like you feel I have to prove myself to be that woman in your life that you want to spend the rest of your life with, that you want to give up this and give up that for. You got to prove to me that I can put my livelihood in. I have a child. I have an 8-year-old. I can put his livelihood in your hands too, and you can step in and be that that role model that you should be, or you can wear that crown like you should in your household without me having to worry about anything. And
absolutely,
unfortunately, it hasn't happened yet. So it is what it
absolutely.
is.
And you know what? And then not only that, we have examples in our life of what king should be.
I mean,
So
exactly. Yeah.
so you have to get up early in the morning to wear the shoes of, and not saying that you need to wear the shoes of the men in our family, but you need to be able to provide a little bit more than they could, which I never went without as a child.
Right. Yep.
Either.
Well, I already said I'm not struggling with no man. I'm just not gonna do it. At the end of the day, I don't care who it is. Literally, I stand firm by the I can do bad all by myself. I'm sorry.
Right.
I cannot see myself doing it because I got with you. And everybody knows marriage, partnerships, all that stuff, it's a deal. It's a
Yeah.
deal. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? And a lot of people are in these type of deals now because of how expensive just cost of living is. So a lot of people are just stuck with their mates because they like, well, hell, I can't get a house like this without my mate, or I wouldn't be able to drive the nice car I have without my mate, his portion of the bills, or whatever. So I'm sorry, a lot of people are in situationships where it's just like you want to say, Negro, I know you cheating on me and get out of my house. but your house is so expensive that you kind of need that Negro for the bills. I'm just
Right,
saying,
right,
everything is so expensive nowadays.
right,
Marriage and a partnership is just that. It is a partnership. To me, in a marriage is a contract that either you're going to take care of me or you are going to be there for me physically, financially, like you are supposed to be. I mean, at the
right,
end of the
right,
day, let's call it spade a spade. That is what it is. Marriage is a contract. A partnership with a significant other, no matter how long you've been with them, is just that it's a partnership. And
Right.
you're expecting something out of that partner at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Because ain't nobody about to live off me for free. It's not gonna happen. And I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's not gonna happen. Never. So you expect to come up in here with me. And I'm a chick. I don't care about going 50-50. I have no problem with that.
right, right. 50
I
50
have,
is no problem.
it's no problem because I stand firm in myself that I
Hmm.
really don't care about that. And anything you do extra, that's cool. Anything I do extra is cool. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, every to me, like I said, to me, it's a partnership and marriage is a contract. So a lot of these alpha females, you got to learn how to kind of tone it down when
Hmm.
you find that person to tone it down for. And just like men, and I feel, and I would never say that there are no good men out here. I would never say that because you can't base the shit you see off from these stupid people online off of the whole world. Just like men shouldn't say that there aren't no good women out there. It's just unfortunately with the way things are in this day and age, you just have to weed through the bad to get to the good. And are you willing to do all that? And a lot of people aren't willing to do all that work. They just want that person handed to them.
Hey, y'all, I'll be back. I gotta use the term.
Okay.
Yeah, no, no, nothing. I mean, everything has to be 50 50. Everything has to be equal unless that man is able to provide it all, which let's be realistic, how many can? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But at
This
no point
it's
should, huh?
it's expensive to live these days.
It is, and I'm gonna tell you what though, being in a position where at the moment, and I'm gonna say at the moment that I'm a sole provider, people who knowingly go into this thing, I don't get it. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
my situation is different because before he got into, before he had his health issues, he paid half the bills. He
Well, yeah,
he
yours was sprung on
done
you
everything that
accidentally.
he was supposed to do. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm just
Right.
riding this out like a surfer, like, hey, because if it was me, he'd do it for me. But people who willingly go into these
That's what I'm
situations, I don't
saying. You
get
just
it.
moving a dude in your house. You know this dude half work. All he want to do is sit on the couch and eat your kids' fruit snacks and play video
Oh,
games.
hell
You know what I
no. You
mean?
my kids,
Just
boo.
so you can have a warm bed. That's the most stupidest stuff to me ever. And if
Mhm.
it's something that's a constant pattern, and I'm not a cold-hearted person. If I'm with somebody and they lose their job or something like that, okay, cool. I'm going, you know, pull up the bill, especially if I know we haven't had any problems in the past with you doing what you're
Right,
supposed
right,
to do.
right, right,
I would
right.
never do that. So that's not what I'm saying. But if it's something that's a pattern where you think you can just leave a job and I'm just going to pay the bills and oh, I'll get a job whenever I feel like it, or I didn't like that job, so I quit it. Now I'm just out looking for. No, we're not going to start that. We're not going to do that.
Because we can't quit the bills. So you
Because if
can't
you
quit your
quitting
job.
jobs, exactly, and if you quitting jobs and stuff like that, and you have no longevity towards it, then what do you have towards me? Sorry, I can't. I'm sorry. I just can't do it. I mean, just the person that I am, and because I've worked so hard to achieve what I have, I cannot consciously let somebody come in and tear it down. I can't do it. I've worked too hard as a single parent to get the
Mhm.
stuff I have, and I'm still working to get where I want to be. I can't consciously let somebody come in and tear it down, you know. So I'm speaking more so, like I said, of the people who just has this repeated pattern of not keeping a job or not doing that, or you just come in off the bat, you know what I mean, just with a dude, just letting a dude live off of you, or even a man just letting a female live off of you. I
Yeah.
just I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it. You know, so like I said, if you living off me, you just another mouth to feed, and somebody else just running my bills up while I'm at work and my child is at school. That's not contributing. I can't do it. I'm sorry, I can't. I can't. Not at all. So it is what it is. But yeah, so like I said, with the alpha female energy, I really do think it is um you have to find that balance. You have to know
Yeah,
when to bring
and
it
it's
out and
hard.
when to put it away. Because that's like we was watching, what was we watching? And we was actually all just sitting around talking about this last night too. But we was watching me and Alexis Friday night, we was watching Love After Lockup. And so one of the girls, her boyfriend came home and the brother wanted to have like a conversation with him.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's all up in the mix. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, men are talking. Remove yourself out of the conversation when men are talking. You know what I mean? Regardless. That is one thing us females really need to, you know what I mean? Know when to excavate ourselves out of a situation. Men
Absolutely.
are talking. Her brother, you listen, your brother got your best interest at heart. He just trying to feel this man out and see where he at. Let them talk. Men are talking. Get up
Quit
out of the
talking for
conversation.
him. Yeah. Yeah. Because he's looking at this through a different lens, and you need to
Because he's
trust
a
your
man.
brother.
Right,
Right.
exactly.
You need
And
to
that's why
trust your brother.
Lexus was
Trust me.
laughing. Right, Lexus was laughing. I'm like, no. I said, at the end of the day, I am a female who I have a lot of mouth. I'm not gonna let nobody run over me. I'm gonna stick up for myself. But I also know proper etiquette for certain things, and I know when to be a woman. And when men are talking, you let men talk. Just like if me and your sister are having a conversation, let me and your sister have this conversation. Sir, I don't need you nowhere near it, sir. This is females. Let us have our conversation. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things that some women just need to learn. Your man don't need to be you don't need to take up for your man all the time. Let him
Right.
be a man.
Listen, when our brothers when our brothers want to have a conversation with our significant other, I'm leaving the room.
Mm-hmm.
I'm leaving the room.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they know what they're doing.
Yep. At
They're
the end of the day, they're
respectable.
men. Yep.
Mm-hmm. I'm leaving the room because I might be tempted to say something because them jokers that we got for brothers.
What?
Oh, you're back.
We
You're
ain't gonna
back.
do nothing. We ain't gonna do nothing but tell them to keep their hands to themselves. That's it.
That's you.
Keep
That's
your
you and possibly Lacey, but Ramon's gonna take it to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
But you know what? Actually, it's not even. I don't even have to just worry about y'all. My sons, like when they have conversations with Ed, I step away. You know what I'm saying? Because men are talking.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You leave it be, and that's what I was trying to tell my daughters, when, their boyfriends was trying to solve whatever with their brother. I'm like, stay out of it.
Yeah.
That is between your brother and your boyfriends. Stay out of it.
It's a
You
whole
let the
different
man talk.
It's a whole different dynamic.
It's a whole different dynamic. You let them talk, because at the end of the day, they are going to come back around and be cool quicker than women would, and they ended up being back cool.
You see
You
where
know
they
what I
all was
mean?
last night?
Yeah. Yeah. So, it's like they didn't need y'all input. They know the problem. Let them deal with it how men deal with it and move on. And that's what they did.
And they didn't want the beef anyway.
No, exactly.
They didn't want the beef anyway, which was ridiculous. But everybody are in their learning phases right now. You're learning. Everybody's learning. Just take your lessons. Make sure you take your lessons and you take them deep.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like we said, it's just knowing when to, for women to tone it down and to bring out that dark side of you and to bring out the light side of you. I mean, I want my light to shine as much as possible. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So that's my take on the alpha female.
Oh my God.
Becky,
Uh,
look at her butt.
and literally that's just what went through my mind when I logged onto Facebook to see if anybody on the we need a moderator. We need a moderator.
Moderator,
A
moderator.
Moderator. Yeah, that's what we need. We need a moderator. Um and then
Okay.
just someone's butt was just in my like
What they do? Say, kiss my ass?
no, they're just being to me it's just some shit you don't do if you're a mom. I'm sorry.
So to me, so Durbin.
Hmm.
So for you, what attracts you to an alpha female?
Mainly when they handle their own business,
Mm-hmm.
like they deal with or without me. I think that's the biggest thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
They want me but don't need
Mm-hmm.
me. So I think that's my biggest thing. Like this lady in the other room, like she'll tell me what she. I mean, she's knowledgeable on a lot of stuff,
Right.
but when she doesn't understand something, she'll tell me, "Babe, I don't understand this."
Right. Right.
And so, but other than that, she handles what she has to handle, what needs to be handled, and that's like one of my biggest qualities that I like enjoy in her. That
Mm-hmm.
actually,
Yeah. That's cool.
And is it because your mom is a pampered and guys don't think it's a such thing, but it's a such thing. My mother is a pampered alpha female.
I was gonna say, mom is pampered, but
Mom is a pampered alpha female.
growing up, she was always running, has some kind of something secondary going on.
Mm-hmm.
When
And
she
she
came,
knows how to sit back and let dad lead when he needs to.
yeah,
Because
yep,
look, and she has no problem doing it either.
She has
Like
no problem whatsoever. She
she
brings
has
out her,
no
she is
problem.
a true example of knowing how to balance it. She brings it out when she needs to. So
Mm-hmm.
it's one of those things of, and we just had this conversation last night. I had it with the young people last night. Like I told them, my mom was the type where she, while dad's going to work, paying the bills, doing everything that I'm not going to say supposed to do, but everything that he felt he was supposed to do as the head of the household, um, she stacked her money. So when GM laid off,
She
mom
was
said,
there
"Oh,
holding it
paying the
down.
bills?
I was just
Oh,
telling you that we
get
did
back
not
here,
miss a beat.
yeah.
It was
Oh, we
five
need
of us.
food. Here's food. Oh, well, the electric bill due. Here's the electric bill because she knew once he
Yes,
got back to work, she was gonna get back in her pretty girl
yes,
era. She was
yes.
gonna rest and then she was gonna stack her money back up.
yep.
It was
She knew
five
exactly
of
what she was
us.
doing.
We
She
did
knew
not miss a
exactly what she
beat.
was
We didn't miss a beat. And,
Yeah,
and,
she
and
could write
I
the
was
freaking
telling,
manual for it.
and listen, y'all weren't there. Y'all was not old enough to see the first time, but y'all seen the second time
Oh
and
yeah,
the third time. But
yeah.
we never missed a beat. Never,
Yeah,
ever missed a beat. Now
And what's
there
so crazy? She never once said, "Oh, I gotta go get into my money and pay these bills." While you ain't got extra money, she never did that. She never did that. And for me personally, had I not been being a nosy kid that I used to be, because I'm really
listen,
not
listen,
nosy.
hold that thought. I don't know how many times I have to tell you, we are not nosy. We are informed. information specialist.
Well, I was gonna say me being the researcher that I am, because
There you go.
I'm more of a researcher than nosy. Um, I actually just overheard them talking one day.
Mhm.
That's how I come to find out that, when dad was laid off, and it wasn't like an argument or whatever. They were just, they was just talking about it. And
Mhm.
that's how I actually found out, because had I not heard that, I wouldn't have known that, mom was paying the bills while dad was laid off, or, anything like that.
Yeah.
Because of the simple
They
fact she didn't
wouldn't
walk around the
care.
house stomping and mad about it and calling all her damn friends and telling her friends about it.
Right.
And most
right.
of the time growing up, if they did talk about something, they went in the room,
Exactly.
It was
Exactly.
like this.
closed the door.
Hey, Maxine, come here. Let me talk to you. That is
Yep.
exactly what you heard.
Yep.
And you knew it was going to be a discussion, but you
Yep.
never heard the discussion.
Right.
And you
Yep.
never heard them
Yep.
cussing and yelling and screaming and cussing and yelling and screaming at each other.
Mm-hmm.
What discussions they had the discussions behind closed doors.
Yep.
And
Or
we
in the
never
car.
missed
It's been
a
a couple of
beat.
times we done came home for church and dad said, y'all go ahead and go in the house.
Mhm.
And him and mom are discussing whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
I
just sat in the car for a minute.
Yeah. So, it's one of those things where, like I said, mom can write the book on that, knowing how to balance that and knowing how to, be that alpha female, but still have her soft girl energy behind it.
They've
Oh,
been
yeah.
doing this for what, 50
And she
something?
prefers her
No,
she prefers her soft girl energy.
She does.
Yeah.
She
She
does.
does.
But
Because she would
when
tell
the
you, I
time
hate when
comes,
I have to spend money, but I do it because I have to.
yeah. Look, she still got her stash now. So something happened now. Her stash still there. Mama got money from 1972 that we gave
Listen.
her birthday.
Mom got money. I'm not even gonna say she got it stashed. Let's just put it that way. I ain't gonna say over
Yes.
that, but you're right. You're right. So it's one of those things where dad and I think that's another thing. And I'm not gonna speak for a man because I'm not a man, but it just makes me think, because dad has no problem paying the bills. He has no problem doing this, and I think he knows his wife has his back.
Mhm.
It's not gonna be a question when
Yeah.
something happens. You know what I mean? He knows they can go out and buy a brand new car. And if mom say, I want this and that and the third, and daddy say, oh, you going to pay the extra? She say, yeah, he already knows she going to pay the extra.
Ain't no,
It's not even going to be
that's
a
it.
question about it.
End of discussion. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But didn't mom want to trade the one in that they had?
So, yeah. Yeah. She was the one who wanted that new car that they got.
Mm-hmm.
She's
come
the
to
one
find
who
out it
wanted
was
it.
cheaper. It was cheaper than what they expected, so I don't think she has to pay any extra.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did get a good deal.
Mm-hmm.
They got a
did.
hell of a deal. Mama was still looking for more discount, but
More
I thought
discount.
like, Mom, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. When I leave the Chevy dealership, I'll be like,
She's so funny.
I almost got a free car. I can't wait.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. But yeah, so like I said, she could write the manual. She
Yeah.
could really show these young girls something on how you supposed to do it.
So
And they've been,
I
and
don't
they've been
know.
doing it well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
What?
know how much y'all remember from Grandma, because I know you guys were pretty young when she passed away. Mama's mom, Grandma Georgia.
I don't know
Now
if
she
Kiana, I don't
was an alpha female with a tribal, what you call them things? The Indian wears, the chief Indian wears,
headband.
and a cape. And now that was that old school alpha female, because Granddaddy worked in the coal mine and he got emphysema and so on and
I
so
was just
forth.
telling them this story last night.
And she took care of Granddaddy, and then not only that, she took care of him until her health started to decline a little bit, mentally and physically. Yeah. But that's how I know to do what I'm doing, because I watched my grandma do it. You know what I'm saying? That's how I know that this is what I'm supposed to do, because this is what I see my grandma do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's what me and Saban was just talking about. Me and Saban literally was chopping it up, and I was telling him, I said, I said when, me and my ex we was together or whatever, and we was paying the bills in the house and stuff, and of course, me as a woman, I did my shopping, but I banked a lot of my money. You know what I mean? And that's what a lot of people. I'm not going to say a lot of people. That's what some people don't do. You know what I mean? You take that opportunity, to bank it because, when we ended up breaking up, I mean, of course, I got into something that I could afford. But when we broke up, I had a nice little cushion saved in the bank. You know what I mean? But I still got myself into something that I could afford without him. So I didn't have to touch my money in the bank. You know what I mean? But it was one of those things. I mean, I could have took, the extra money that I had every month and went shopping, and I could have did this and all that kind of stuff. No, I put my money in the bank. You know what I mean? If you got the extra help, that's what you do. Like, bank your money for a rainy day, because I'm not betting on no relationship. So while I got you here, I'm going to do what I need to do to make sure I'm good for, whatever future. And that's exactly what I did. And because of that, I was able to help my kids. You know what I mean? I was able to do, a lot of stuff. I paid my car off. Like, it was a lot of stuff I was able to do. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where, if you got that extra help in the house, use it wisely. I'm not going out and buying Prada and all this foolish stuff. No, I'm just saying, what I mean? Of course I like to wear nice clothes and stuff, but it's one of those things where I was banking my money.
And and actually that's the smart thing to do, because they say you need to have 6 months of rent saved,
which today is not
Not feasible.
You need to have 6 months. Okay, let me tell you, before
that's like saying your BMI should be below 30%.
Yeah, I don't think my BMI been below 30 since I was born. Shit, it's always. But anyway, we had 6 months of rent saved. We had the deductible for our car insurance saved. We had, I think, like 3 months of utilities saved. Do you understand? When those checks stopped coming, that's 6 months of rent, and the money that we had saved was gone in 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't for frivolous stuff. It was when you factor in, you paying doctor visits, you paying co-pays, you paying prescriptions, you doing everything. No, you need to have $1 million saved.
Listen, that's what I said. And the crazy thing is that 6 months for some, I'm not going to say everybody, I'm not going to blanket and say it's not feasible. For a lot, that 6 months is not feasible.
Yeah.
And it's hard to achieve.
It is very hard to achieve. And you know what? How we got it? We got it with, I stashed some of my COVID money, you know what I'm saying? And then I had a couple of customers who didn't pay me the right way. They actually sent me a check and I banked it. If it wasn't for professional excellence, if it wasn't for those two things happening, now we've been sitting at 2 months. And I mean just 2 months maybe on the gas bill. And can plus my personal savings. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot. And just, first of all, let's be sure. Let's just make sure that we're not getting with people to be able to do what they can do for us.
Right.
Second of all, if you are an alpha female and your dark film, you like that, don't you, sis?
Mm-hmm.
Your dark film shows more stronger than your, what's the other one? Light film?
Light film. Mm-hmm.
Okay. You need to be able to balance that.
You know what I'm saying? You have to, for the right person.
But what if you don't know, right? What if you're not sure? What if you're not sure that it's the right person? Wait, let me finish. So what if you're not sure that it's the right person or not? And you're still going full grown alpha.
Well, here's the thing. You have to let your guard down a little bit, because even me as an alpha female, I've let my guard down. Sometimes it's helped, sometimes it hasn't helped. And that's, listen, I can go deep into the spiritual stuff. That is where you knowing yourself and trusting your intuition and being able to pick up on people cues and the way people act and all that kind of stuff, and taking and looking at this person and actually determining if they are the right person for you.
I tell you how to tell. Just tell them no.
Well,
Just say, see how they
well,
react.
and here's another thing. If you not
Saying
so
no
hell,
to, though. What are we saying no to, Derv?
if you not so hell bent on,
Asking for that, just say no.
if you're not so hell bent on trying to ruin somebody or trying to prove you're right all the time or trying to do whatever, you will be able to sit back and see that person's true personality.
Yeah.
It's gonna peak. It's gonna peak. Right. It's gonna peak. It might not be something immediately, but that's why you still keep your traits. And as you go along, you can slowly start to soften yourself up. So it's not gonna be something immediately. That's like telling a man to, I don't know, a man that hangs out with his friends all the time, when he gets a girlfriend, that's like telling him to stop hanging out with his friends. That's not something he's going to do immediately, because it's something he's used to doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, so over time, he'll start to learn, okay, I need to spend more time with my girl, or, whatever. And for alpha female, she'll start to learn, okay, this guy really isn't that bad. Let me let down a little bit of my guard, if that's what she wants to do. You got to want to do it too.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
You got to want to do it. Some people just like being in charge. They like being bossy, and it just gives them some kind of sense of whatever.
That's because they don't have any control in any other parts of their lives.
Yeah, they don't want to be soft girls. And if you run into a woman who does not want to be a soft girl, then you better get ready to conform to that. I mean, that's just what it is. Just like if you run into a man who still wants to have all these different women in his life, then you get ready to conform with that if that's what you decide to do.
You be, I'll snaggle push my way out.
We know, Darren. We know. We know.
Right. But listen,
somebody needs to do it.
Here's the deal with that. My son, this girl was like my son. I ain't gonna say girl. This lady was like my son, my youngest son, Dennis. And she was a rough rider. And he was like, Mama, I can't really, this is when he was single. When they were single for a little bit. One of the many intermissions they take. So he said, Bob, I can't mess with her. I can't have a chick that out-thug me. So a lot of men don't find alpha attractive. And that's why he after that little, whatever, they little break, he's back home with the person who we're not quite sure how it happened, but it works for him. You know what I'm saying?
And that's not for us to figure out.
It's not.
It's not. At the end of the day, I'm not going to even try to, because it's not my freaking business. So
listen, Linda, listen. I was just making a statement.
No, I'm saying I get exactly what you're saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm not even going to try to figure it out. You know what I mean? Yep, just like it works for them.
Only they know.
She's the second longest running in-law in the family.
She's
the second longest running in-law in the family, with Karen being first, Tiffany second.
Yep, she is. Out of our immediate family. You're absolutely right. So yeah, so I mean, I totally agree. You gotta. It's just like Jocelyn Hernandez. Like I said, her husband loves her to death. But I think
he's a man yet.
I don't think so. Not as much as they be. Anyway, so she's not a man. She had a full-blown baby on TV. And she's an awesome mother. I love her as a mother. I follow her on YouTube and stuff. She's awesome.
No, I'm just joking.
But,
I'm not a Jocelyn fan.
I think some men are are okay with having that female version of them. And that's what she seems like with him. And they've been together, and people like that gonna be together for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
She done been married to him for a long time. And what they got, it seems to work. You don't never hear, I haven't, and I'm a social media head. I don't hear nothing about him cheating on her. He probably scared of her. I don't hear nothing about him cheating on her. You don't hear nothing about they done broke up or they, you don't hear none of that. It's either they keep it, and it's probably because they share the same traits. She like women, he like women. You know what I mean? She like men. I'm not gonna say he like men, but I'm just saying, they share a lot of the same traits.
Right.
And she is a huge alpha female, and she seems to match his energy, and he seems to love it. So I guess it all just depends on what you're looking for in a mate.
It's the challenge. If you're not afraid of a challenge, you're gonna find.
She's a go-getter. She gonna get to her bag, and he probably likes that about her too, because he probably had women in the past that wasn't like that. You see what I'm saying? So again, it's all about what you like, because some men will say, oh yeah, I want an independent woman. I want this. But then when you independent, it's damn, why you so tough? Why you so challenging? Why you gotta challenge everything I say? Why? No, this is what you liked, remember? Or was you just saying that to sound tough around people, but really you and your punk boy energy? No, I'm just being dead serious, because I've been there, done that. Loudly, they want an independent woman real loud, but when they realize that independent woman ain't gonna take shit off of you and ain't gonna just let you do to them whatever you want to do to them, now it's a problem having that independent woman.
So do they really want an independent woman? Do they really want an independent woman, or do they want a dependent woman that pays half the bills?
I think that's what it is. I think they want to talk loud like they want an independent woman, because all men, it sounds good when you say you want an independent woman. It sounds good until they get one and they're met with that challenge.
Yeah.
A woman that challenge, and I'm not even saying challenge you. I'm saying that will not be your hype man. And is not going to, and is going to kick you in the ass when you need to be kicked in the ass.
Speak, sis, speak. Yes. Speak, sis, speak. Tell it.
I'm speaking from pure experience.
Yeah.
You chase me, you want me. Then when you get me, you don't know what to do with me. You know what I mean? And I'm the same from the gate. I don't put a mask up for nobody.
Good.
So my personality is my personality from the gate. I'm not this dainty little woman, and when we go out to eat on the first date, I eat a salad and I do this. No, I get comfortable with people, because that's just me. I can get comfortable with anybody and still have my guard up. That's just me. So my personality.
You don't have to accept me as I am, because I'm changing for no one.
Exactly. No one. I'm not one of those cute. I don't get up and put makeup on before a man wake up. Listen, I go to sleep with my bonnet on. I walk around with raggedy t-shirts on. It is what it is. Now, when I need to get dressed up and I need to get nice, my man know I'm a step for him. You know what I mean? When we need to take it to that next level in the bedroom or whatever and get spicy, I'm a step for him. You see what I'm saying? But listen, get ready for this bonnet. Get ready for this raggedy t-shirt. It might be your t-shirt that I'm wearing.
I was just getting ready to say that. It might be your t-shirt, I
can't look good every day. Y'all see how I look now? I'm sleepy. I'm just saying. So it's
you're
just
beautiful, sis. You're beautiful.
I just don't understand the world today. The dating pool is just pissed in. And it's got to do with all this red pill, blue pill crap. And people making lists and just being petty with each other.
Did you see that list?
It's just too much.
Did you see that list that the men wrote?
Yes. I was going to say, did you see the guys' list?
It's just too much. It's pettiness at its finest. Knowing that if any of them had a woman that could do all that for them, and 9 times out of 10, it's probably going to be an alpha female. And after a while, once she start taking control, they're going to bitch up and they're going to have a problem with her.
Yeah.
But you liked it when I was doing all of this for you. When my alphaness came out and I was able to do all this for you, you liked it. So be careful what you ask for. Just like a woman, you want him to do this and do that and do that and the third. But the minute when you get up and ready to go out with your friends and he like, where you going? You not going out tonight. It comes with a price. Just like I know somebody you know, from my past, you know, they always wanted to just be, you know, just a domestic type of female, you know, and got with somebody who put them in a domestic type of female situation. But it was a lot of bull crap that they had to deal with it that came with that.
So in other words, be careful what you wish for.
And be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, and
Everything.
you
When
can
I
wish
just
for
tell
it,
y'all,
but just be
partnerships
reasonable.
was a
Yeah.
partnership. So they doing this for you. This is what they expect from you. It's a
And
partnership. At
you
the end
can't
of the
fake
day.
it.
That's why you
You
don't let nobody have no 100% control of you. I mean, period.
and you can't fake the shit that you can't fake it. You can
Right.
take your pictures, you can put your filters on, you can bring your best representative, but once you are domesticated with that person, they're gonna know you can't cook. They're gonna know you can't clean. They gonna know that
Yep.
that's a filter. They gonna know what you look like after the makeup. So just come correct the first time. If you can't cook, say I
Exactly.
can't cook. If
They
you
gonna say, I
can't
should have taken this bitch to Waffle House on the first date instead of Roof Chris.
right.
There's no return. There's no ROI right now with this bitch. No return on my investment with this bitch. I should have took her to Waffle House instead of Roof Chris. Stuff like that is just so. I don't know. Maybe because I'm just a plain and simple girl. Like I really don't like glitz and glamour. I don't even like surprises. Like I'm just a plain Jane person. I don't like any of that. Yeah.
I see you.
Okay, yeah, I'm just like a plain Jane person. I don't like glitz and glamour. I'm in my room.
Oh, okay. So yeah, and and I don't know if it's for me. I'm not that diva person. Now lately, like with my skin stuff going on, I have been back to wearing makeup when I walk out the house. That's it. And a wig. That's it. But I don't know if it's the same for you, but Mama Diva me to death.
Yeah, it was. We was her dress up dolls.
Yes, Mama Diva me to do you. And the difference between that is you were allowed to dress down. I had to wear dress shoes to school, dress pants. I went to school. Mama had me going to school looking like the goddamn teacher. She go to Gantos and Maurice's and buy 2 of everything. Like, so I'm in school with dress slacks on, dress flats, a suit jacket. Remember, sis, you had to stop me from going out in suit coats.
Yes, I did. Yes,
Right.
I did. She had a ring on.
She was looking like the TA sitting in the front row.
Yes. and then
Yeah,
the only time she let up is when I wanted to wear something to school that I made. And that's why I really dived deep into making my own clothes, because I didn't want to go to school looking like the teacher.
Well, at least y'all didn't have to dress like the other one. Me and Lacey had to dress alike.
Y'all did, but would you rather dress like that? Would you rather be friends with Daddy or Mama? I mean, or Lacey?
We are 3 years apart.
Sissy, we 13 years. We didn't have to go through that. We 13 years apart. We didn't have to go through that.
So funny.
We shared a room.
I didn't go through none of that y'all went through.
Yeah,
they was by the time I came along, and I had nobody else for them to dress me up with and all that other kind of stuff. So
they was tired of our black tails by the time you came around. It got to the point.
I did wear, all the dresses and dresses all the time, and the ruffle socks and the ruffle this and the lace this and the lace that. I did wear that a lot, but.
And the forced ballet. Oh my God, we got forced into ballet. Mm-hmm. Like, can I just box? Can I play basketball? I just got to make sure you're not gonna like no girls when you grow up. No.
Well,
first of all, I'm surrounded by guys. So if I do guys think that's it. Second of all, no, I was just athletic.
Yep.
Oh my God.
I did karate classes, so.
And see, they wouldn't let me do karate. I had to do boxing.
I had to do nothing but ballet. That was it.
But I tell you that ballet did
I
help me
was
in
into my
fencing.
books. As long as I kept up good grades, mom and dad didn't write me about nothing.
Oh,
I
then
was
that
bringing
must
home my A's and B's. That's all they cared about.
then
Because
that
there was
must have been the
four
problem
before
then.
you. There
Well,
was four.
Durbin, you were on the honor roll.
Yeah, all
Yeah,
through
they
high
are
school.
smart. Yeah.
All through high school.
Yeah,
They had
yeah.
the good
But
one.
I was that kid that could get along with the jocks or the nerds. I could go sit in the
Mhm.
science class, but yet hang out with the dudes on the football team.
Yeah, see, I
Right.
still got the same two friends from high school. I didn't have that many. I had a lot of acquaintances, but I didn't have a lot of friends because those girls would act like they were my friend, and then as soon as something happened, they would turn on me, and I ain't got time for that. Like, you gone. That's why
Mhm.
I don't have too many female friends now because females are fickle.
They vicious. They are vicious. Woo.
Yes.
Especially nowadays, but yeah.
It's 8 o'clock on the dot and the top.
Yeah. I'm sleeping. I gotta go to bed.
I'm
Give me
hungry.
a-
I cooked smothered steak, mashed potatoes, cabbage, and cornbread.
That sounds good.
I wish I could
Come
go
get
to
a
work.
plate.
Oh, but I
Come
can't.
get a plate, sis.
Okay, I'm on my way.
In other words, put it in the refrigerator. She'll be over there this weekend.
Exactly.
Maybe.
Maybe.
All right. Well, thank you. We'll see you all in 2 weeks. Remember, every other Sunday at 7 p.m.
Yep.
Oh, before we go, I have to share an experience with everyone.
Uh-oh.
So, as my sister says all the time, she is spiritual. She is very, very spiritual. And last night we had a healing session. If you are listening to this and you are going through something and you're not quite sure what it is and you want to know where you stand, hit her up, hit my sis up. She can do a Reiki, shadow work, and healing sessions for you. And you will come out knowing what you need to do.
Thanks,
Or
sis.
you'll come out with your candles going together.
Tamika said scary.
What, the candles going together?
Ooh, that's
Oh,
a whole other thing.
that's a whole nother story. I just knew I was in the clear. Them candles, like, no, you can't let go of that yet.
That candle bust open and
Like
just
a
says,
water broke. I was like, no.
That's some damn shit is getting.
What she
You
say?
know what?
She said that's some seance shit, if any.
It's not
No,
seance.
no,
It's
that's not seance. I don't do
No,
devil
I
work.
think dog is a good witch, I guess. I don't know.
How you sleeping in the back of our podcast?
It's off. Y'all supposed to be off.
Still live.
You didn't tell me.
So you
We
all
gotta
up
have a
in
code word.
All right, but everybody, good night. You guys do know people watch this more after it's aired than when it airs.
Mhm.
Oh, all right.
We're at 2, so I guess Tamika got off. We have 1 now.
I be watching it all the time.
Well, we appreciate that. We're doing our next show on one of your suggestions.
I got another one I found out today. I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay, we got you.
All
All right, everybody. Good night. Bonne nuit, mon ami.
All right, guys. See y'all
Love
next
you.
month.
Next Monday.
Next month.
Oh, okay.
She had something before then. You know, Kiana.
It still
Now
says
I'm talking about the podcast.
Oh, yeah. Let's get off of here.
Y'all be safe for Halloween. I guess I should say that.
You said what?